How are you guys?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much. Thank you for asking.
I'm doing great.
Um, I recently watched the movie and it, it feels comfortable. Like it's this kind of story that it have this chemistry among when there's too many characters that you have to focus and the chemistry works. Um, it's remarkable, and I think it's a lot of work from you guys as an actors and the director. How was that first conversation when you were reading the script and knowing that this actually happened in such a weird environment for Latinos that is golf?
Yeah, I guess the initial conversation, when I got to do the, I guess, directors meeting via Skype, and I just kind of read a few scenes, for Julio, and I guess, touching down to our first day on set. Um, Obviously, I had the book as background, and then the script is a story of, it's a Latino, one, it's a Latino story, two, it's a true story.
Wow.
So it resonated with me, to the fullest because I got to be a part of something that I feel is needed in our community today. But yeah, I mean, I kind of forgot what you asked me. What'd you say? That what am I answering? That what was it like? Or
Yes, like how was that first conversation when you
yeah,
first?
oh yeah, so yeah, I guess that initial conversation. I mean, Julio, I guess working with a great director, everyone has their own ways of kind of, giving the direction with the actors. But that first conversation, it was just kind of, happy to be a part of something that feels great. I mean, like I said, just it being a Latino story, a true story, and a game about golf. Those are all, initial things that got me excited to join the project. Um, yeah.
How are you, Paulina?
Um, I mean, yeah, getting to read the script and it being based on a true story. I'm from Texas and I didn't even know the story. And so getting to just like realize that that's a story and it's being made was just amazing within itself. And then getting to audition with my character, Daniela, I absolutely fell in love with Daniela because she's so ahead of her time and she's a chingona. And like I knew that I wanted to be a part of it some way, somehow. And I'm just so grateful that this story is being shared to so many and to be finally known.
By the way, Daniela is my favorite name in the whole world. That's my daughter's name.
Really? Oh my
uh,
God,
Very
that's so
special.
cool.
And Julian, you say something important, and I was having this conversation with some friends a couple of days ago, and I don't know how you, as a young talent, how do you feel that the industry is shifting to tell Latino stories? A couple of years ago, we had the first Latino superhero. We're watching. Last year, I saw Michael Peña in 1,000 Miles. Now we have the Long Shot. We're still having a lot of stories like Latino stories from Hollywood. Do you feel there's something shifting inside the industry as a young talent? Because you guys, you are the future, right? You guys, you are like really looking forward for more projects like this.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel it in the sense that a a movie like this probably wouldn't have been made maybe 20 years ago. I'm not too sure, but I do feel it, and I feel really happy to just to be a part of the growth of it. And I guess people want more movies like this to be made because this was a great story, but this was just one of many stories. There's so many great Latino stories out there that have yet to be told. So I guess it starts off with the support, in the theater and really showing, the studio heads and everyone that's, high up in office that really runs things to show like, hey, these movies matter, these stories matter, and there's an audience, there's a fan base for it. People are gonna come out support. So I do feel a shift, and I'm just glad that it's a time to it's a great time for us as young actors in the Latino community to be in. Um, so yeah.
How are you, Paulina? You're a female, young, beautiful, talented. How do you see the industry that is supporting you?
I do believe we still have a long way to go, and this is just the beginning of many. We were so fortunate to premiere at South by Southwest,
Mhm.
and we won the Audience Narrative Award, which is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm
Yes.
so happy that the industry is sharing a light to these stories. We also had Flaming Hot come out last year, which is amazing, and I think there's more stories out there because we're pushing them. us Latinos, we're pushing them, and we have to continue to support each other because that's so important. We have to uplift each other, and it's so important for everybody to go out to the theaters and purchase a ticket and watch the movie on the big screen. It's so important to do that the weekend of April 12th. So just continue pushing it and supporting.
Yeah, I think I
And
think I think the story is really important. You know, that's what makes a great movie when it comes to movies like this in the community. I feel like if you lay into the groundwork of it being a stereotypical or very cliche or very just, I mean, just movies that involve I guess Latino creators, sometimes they could always often go the route of it being like they're catering too much and there's not really a message being thrown into it. I love being a part of movies that have a great message behind it that happen to have a Latino cast in it. So that's the for me what makes great movies when it comes for our community.
Yeah, I totally agree. We are so much more.
Right, exactly.
And so I think, yeah, that needs to just continue happening. And I do love what you said. Yes, that we just happen to be Latinos and doing great things.
Right.
That's so important. We are the face of America. We're here, and we shouldn't just be put in a box.
so
Exactly.
how do you feel? Do you expect only getting Latinos roles, or you also expecting have like a different kind of roles? Because this is what I don't like sometimes when an industry just put all Latinos in a box and that we only can do certain characters.
Hmm.
And one of the things that I like about this movie is that we don't see Latinos playing golf. Like I didn't know about this. Sorry, I have no idea. I don't know if there's a. I know there was a Mexican golf players many years ago, but I don't know if we have any Latino now playing golf, and I think this can trigger any kids to be curious about it, and that's what I don't like. Sometimes when we get into a box of the Latino has to do certain roles, I think it's super limited, and that's people like Eva Longoria and people with power in the industry that they have the power to tell different stories and also Latino stories, and I think the long shot is one of those.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm we're opening the doors and breaking that box, which is what we need to do and are going to continue to do.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, you're right. Hollywood back in the day had its way of putting characters that were really kind of their race was their identity, and so the roles that they only could read for was roles that is what they felt they could only do. So I feel like this movie just kind of pushes us forward in showing that like Latinos are we can be many things. I mean, I would love to do a movie where you know I play a lawyer and I just happen to be Latino, or I play. I'm on a show right now, 911 Lone Star. I'm a firefighter, and I happen to be Latino. Like, so there's just so many great roles out there that need to be, that need to be done for our community to show that we are much more than what they felt or what they saw us to be, way back when, for sure.
How was that feeling when the movie won in South by West? Because I saw your face, Paulina, that it just lighted because the award. How was the audience receiving you guys and the feedback that you got after they watched the movie and after you got the award?
Oh my goodness. I remember I was really sick when I went to South by Southwest, so I wasn't able to be with the audience when they were watching and the reactions, but I kind of heard them when I was just outside. But yeah, I think it just shows how powerful this film is, and it shows that we made something that was made with so much love and passion and care and so much hard work, with the crew and the cast, and so it just feels so cool that I got to be a part of it. And I
And
mean,
also having Dennis Quaid and Jay Hernandez as a lead of this movie. And there's a detail that I really love is the use of music to tell the story. I felt that the music was corrected, like it was right at the moment, and it just created the ambience. And I wonder how was because being an actor is part of a whole is a whole crew, but something that also got my attention is how you guys dress back then and the chemistry that you two had when you guys met first in high school. But the wardrobe, the clothes, and how important, how was that conversation with that department to create like a different environment? Because I assume it was like a whole conversation to create the atmosphere corrected by the time that the story was telling.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the most important when it comes to helping the actor really live in the time of it being a timepiece that it is. In order to feel like you're in the 50s, you got to make sure the clothes feel like you're in the 50s. You got to make sure the mannerisms are like in the 50s. When it comes to like the set deck of the school, the cars, it just made it that much more easier for me as an actor to kind of really dive into that time period and really feel like I was there. And that's that's all, I guess, a credit to people that built up our set, Julio and just everyone that worked behind the scenes to help, make sure that we were on set and it felt like we were where we were supposed to be.
How about you, Paulina? Did you have fun trying new dresses and living in a time that you probably not even your parents were born?
Oh yeah, it was so fun. And I know with my character, Julio really, wanted to convey that she was ahead of her time and she wore trousers. And that's a really important part of it. But yeah, it was super cool. Fully transporting myself into that time. Because yeah, when you're prepping for the role, you use your imagination and then you get to see it. And it's
Right.
Paulina, Julian, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And congratulations. This is a good movie. And I hope that the audience receive the message and receive your talent as I did.
Thank you
Thank you so much, Ruben. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a great day, guys. Bye.